are going to be liberated. You are going to be freed from that energy.
In this second part of the video, and yeah guys, I do record these videos on separate segments and then I edit them. I just want to clarify that because there's a lot involved here and there's lots of entanglements between the planets. There's connections, there's different energies, and forgive me for my voice, I'm not feeling well, I'm sick, and this is Saturn in my Mars and Saturn in my 10th house. Yes, I want to let you know that one of the side effects or the Saturn Mars energy is to get rid of toxins in your body, and that's how you get sick, or even you could be injured, or even a small cut in your body, in your skin. That's how you get rid of the toxins in your body. Okay, so yeah, forgive me, my voice, I'm not feeling well. So but anyways, before I proceed about the new moon in Aries and the traditional and the symbolic energies, that pay attention to karmic debt and divine justice, especially with the energy of Saturn and Pluto here in the mix. You gotta understand that Saturn and Pluto also forming a sextile, even though it's not exact, and it's a very close proximity sextile actually. As you see, Pluto is very slow planet at 5 degrees. Saturn is also slow, but it's not as slow as Pluto. Saturn is at 7 degrees. There's a sextile, and the karmic debt or the karmic reward, it's very powerful at this point. There's the energy of transformation as well, death and rebirth. All right, that's why I said to Virgo, pay attention, because Aries is your 8th house. Okay, but this is going to affect anybody in the wherever the Aries placement in your chart, and even Aquarius. Okay, so for example, I'm just going to give you an example about me as a Cancer, as a double Cancer sun and rising. Excuse me. Pluto is sitting in my 8th house, and and Pluto is under the rulership of Saturn and Uranus, and Aries is my 10th house under the rulership of Mars, where is Mars sitting right here. So this is just an example, okay? But yeah, karmic debt and karmic reward. So it's not, so whatever you've sown, you're going to reap. Remember that. I don't care who you are, whether you are a ruthless leader or ruler, whether you are a president or a CEO of YouTube or a worker, agent or whatever, you work for YouTube or any authority. Okay, don't think you're gonna get away with being unfair to a person. Okay, or you're a boss, or you are a controlling partner, or you are a very dominant, controlling, abusive partner or a parent. Okay, you're not going to get away from your karmic debt and divine justice. Same as if you've been treated unfairly and something that you're entitled to taken away from you, or you're a person who was a victim of domestic violence, or a victim of a violent, abusive parent, or child, or partner, or a boss, a manager. Okay, trust me, you're going to be rewarded somehow. Okay, in the very sooner or later. All right. I can use so many examples, but it's okay. Karmic justice and karmic debt and karmic rewards are real, guys. Okay, so let's get into the energy here about this new moon in Aries. Now, traditionally, a new moon in Aries is one of the most symbolically powerful new moons of the year. Why is that? Because Aries, is the beginning of the year in the zodiacal year, okay, or the lunar cycle. And in astrology, this doubles the theme of initiation and fresh start. All right, so let's get into better understanding of the planetary impact on the collective and mundane level. Now, this new moon in Aries doesn't happen or occur in isolation. As you see here, there is a stellium of planets in Aries. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna touch base on Chiron as well, because Chiron is forming a conjunction with this new moon, as you see here in the chart. And if I didn't mention, this is the chart of the new moon, guys. Okay. So by the 17th, Chiron is almost exiting Aries and entering to Taurus, okay? But Chiron, as everybody know, is a centaur, and Chiron is the wounded healer. I mentioned that before, and I've told you about the Greek mythology about Chiron. But I'm going to touch base on Chiron because it's forming a conjunction with this new moon, with the sun and the moon, and it has a very significant impact on our lives, whatever this Aries placed in your chart. But getting back to, this new moon, as I said, it doesn't occur or happen in isolation. It lands inside a rare concentration of Aries, with a stellium of planet, as I mentioned, gathering in the sign of initiation. All right. In mundane astrology, Aries Aries new moon tends to correlate with the surge of starting energy in world affairs. For example, fresh campaigns, decisive declarations, escalations, breakthroughs, and abrupt pivots. Aries rules the spark before the plan because it's ruled by Mars. So there is a spark of initiation and taking action before, because we know Mars is impulsive, Mars is a speed, Mars is do it now with taking leap of faith. I've talked extensively in previous videos the energy of Mars, so I'm not going to repeat myself. The act before strategizing, before planning. So the collective field can feel impatient with stagnation and, far less willing to tolerate delay, bureaucracy, or empty promises. All right. Especially with Neptune here, empty promises, literally. And Saturn here is obstacle, is the wall, the pluckage, is the endurance, is the to be patient. Okay, so that energy is going to impact us all, once again, depending on where Aries is in your chart. And yeah, guys, because Mars is the tone of this lunation, right? Because new moon here is under the rulership of Mars. And what makes it even stronger is because Mars is sitting in Aries right now. So it is affecting it is in control of all of this energy, okay? And this is not the gentle manifestation, it's mobilization. What's seated here seeks movement and proof, and especially under the large backdrop of Saturn and Neptune newly in Aries, the planetary message is dreams must become actions, okay? Visions must become actions, and leadership must become accountability. Okay? Saturn wants you to be responsible, wants you to be accountable for your actions. Collectively, this can show up as the collapse of narratives that are no longer believable. Okay? Neptune, because Neptune, as much as it is deception, lies, ideals and illusion, it dissolves these energies, okay? Dissolving illusion alongside the heart push to enforce boundaries. Saturn, all right? Laws, once again, Saturn. Timelines, Saturn. Planning, strategy, consequences, these are all under the energy of Saturn because Saturn demands structure. The world mood can swing between inspiration and confrontation, Mars, as truth is tested by reality, Saturn. All right? Pay attention to every single word I say here, guys, okay? At its highest, the planetary impact is a collective recommitment to sovereignty. People choosing self-responsibility, initiating reforms, restructures, and taking courageous Mars here, okay? Courageous first steps, even without certainty. Neptune. Even though we're not 100% certain or sure, we're still gonna take courageous steps. At its shadow, Aries fire amplifies impulsivity, all right? Reaction masquerading as strategy, conflict mistaken for progress, and might makes right dynamics. All right. This is why the seed of April 17th matters. It sets precedent. All right. Whatever is initiated right now, remember this, whatever is initiated right now, whether on a personal level or on a mundane collective level, tends to establish a trajectory that builds through the following months. Whatever initiated right now, whether on a personal level or on the collective level or globally, tends to establish trajectory that builds through the following months, not only for the next 6 months, guys. No, not only until the full moon. That's why I said 6 months, because the full moon is going to be 6 months from this new moon. But it's going to be at least for the next 2 years and a half, minimum for the next 2 years and a half, until Saturn leaves Aries, and for the next 13 years to dissolve the illusion, to dissolve the boundaries, and so on and so forth, when Neptune is going to be in Aries for the next 13 months, okay? So pay attention to that. Now, once again, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac wheel. Just give me 1 second. Let me clean up the mess here. Okay. And it's the first sign in the zodiacal year as well, in the lunar year. And this is technically considered the first new moon in the lunar year, as I mentioned. Just give me 1 second. Ruled by Mars. Okay. But I'm gonna reveal to you later on that in reality, Aries is ruled by other two planets as well, the energy, and I'll explain why I'm saying that, okay? So, but just thinking about Mars, Mars is associated traditionally with birth, ignition, courage, and action. So when a new moon happens here, those general new moon qualities take on a distinctly Aries tone. Now, Aries is the only sign that can start a process where everything is dead. All right? Aries energies can breathe spirit into matter. Remember planting a seed. I'll say it again. Aries is different unlike Capricorn. Aries impregnates reality with an idea. If you know an Aries, or if you are Aries, please share with us, how do you feel around this time? Okay. And if you know an Aries, please ask them, how do they feel around this time? Now, what many people don't understand or don't know, as I mentioned earlier, in esoteric astrology, Aries is actually ruled by another planet, all right? And you'll be surprised, guys. It's funny that this planet is actually sitting here and just entered into Aries lately. It's Mercury, okay? Aries is also, in esoteric astrology, is ruled by Mercury as well, not only Mars. Okay? Mars is the ancient ruler, but and traditional ruler of Aries, but Mercury is the esoteric ruler of Mercury. Now, I'll explain to you also that there's another very powerful planet rules Aries in terms of hierarchy. Okay? But let's just focus on on Mercury. So, as I mentioned a minute ago, or a second ago actually, in esoteric astrology, Aries is ruled by Mercury as well, and Mercury is forming is one of the stellium of planets that's sitting right now in Aries. Okay, Aries, they're generally speaking, and their thought is so sharp and concentrated to the point that it cuts reality like a laser. Remember, Aries cuts. Aries sever things or sever ties, okay, is more sharper than a laser. Now, the other planet that in esoteric astrology rules Aries is actually Uranus. And remember, I mentioned that before. I know in lots of astrologers, they say the Tower card in tarot, it's ruled by Mars, but in reality, it's ruled by both Mars and Uranus. Okay, the Tower card or the Tower energy in tarot, it's the energy of liberation. It's the energy of disruptive destruction, disruptive, shocking event that happens in your life with it's unexpected without any prior indication. It just happens because it needs to sever ties. It needs to for you to be liberated from a certain energy. That's what the tower energy, whether it's positive or negative. Ultimately, it's positive, but it could be negative depending on your karma and your karmic debt. Okay, so and in esoteric astrology, this is the highest level of, or this is the higher frequency of Aries. All right. What does that mean? It means that the planet of lightning, Uranus, is the only planet in the solar system that rotates on its side. It literally refused to obey the common order. Its purpose is to liberate you. Okay? That's the purpose of Uranus. All right? And once again, this is the higher frequency of Aries. And when do you feel this energy or the energy of Uranus? You feel this energy or the higher Aries is considered the warrior of the spirit. You feel this level when you suddenly stop caring who gets the credit. Because remember, the lower frequency or the lower level of Aries or the Aries, the child, is ruled by Mars. Okay? Me, myself, and I. When you reach alongside Mercury, when you reach this level, okay, the higher frequency, you become, not worried about who gets the credit, not worried about me, myself, and I. When you launch something and it no longer matters whether your name is on it, Mars, or your name is on the cover, you no longer fight for yourself. You fight for the collective. That's the higher energy or the higher frequency. That's the energy of Uranus. Okay? So you break walls so others can walk into the light just like you. Once again, the energy of Uranus, the collective. It's not only about you. You fight for, you don't only, or you no longer fight for yourself, but you fight for the collective. Mars and Uranus. All right? And your fire at this level does not go out because it serves not only your ego, but something greater. Remember that. And that's when you know for sure that you reach the higher frequency or you have the Uranus energy. This is exactly the energy we feel right now. And once again, guys, this is going to be with us for a while, okay? Not only for the next 6 months. Remember, this is you're initiating something. And then 6 months from now, we will have a full moon in Aries. But remember, Saturn sitting here for 2.5 years, and Neptune will be here for 13 years. So this is the energy that we feel on the collective level. The energies of Mars, Mercury, Uranus. This is the energy of body, mind, and spirit. Okay? Mars is the body, Mercury is the mind, and Uranus is the spirit. The lower frequency of Aries, which is Mars, the body, the material self, I want and I take by force. The higher frequency of Aries, which is Uranus, says, I am aware of my will and I govern reality through the power of my mind, Mercury, and my soul, Uranus. Now, with Saturn sitting here in Aries, the energies are, you arrive to burn away obsolete forms, karma, old systems, so that something new may grow from the ashes. Pluto. All right? See how these energies are entanglement with, or entanglement with one another. Okay? And I'm trying the best that I can to explain it for you. So, once again, with Saturn here in Aries, the energies are, you arrive, Mars, to burn away obsolete forms of karma, old systems, that's Saturn, so that, and Neptune as well, so that something new may grow from the ashes, Pluto, which is sextiling with all these planets, really. Pluto is 5 degrees in Aquarius, and Pluto is a very slow outer planet. It's sextiling with Neptune, with Mercury, with Mars, and with Saturn. Very close to one another, okay? You are Mars, the wildfire that the forest needs for renewal. All right? Something new. In a classical symbolism, Aries represents the spark of individual identity, the instinct to say, I am, and to exist as one's own force. The themes of this new moon, and it's going to affect you differently, not the same. As I mentioned earlier, for example, I'm a Cancer Sun and Rising, and this is my 10th house, all right? The house of your status, your reputation, this is the house for Cancer, this is the midheaven. For example, for Libra, this is your 7th house. And once again, I'm going to break it down to each of the zodiacal signs. For Virgo, this is your 8th house. For Capricorn, this is your 4th house. So this is just an example. But what are the themes of this new moon? The themes of this new moon are independence, being organic, authentic, initiation, beginning a new endeavor. And this new endeavor should be aligned with your personal what you like. So I'll give you an example. What does that mean? Example is, let's say you work for, and I'm talking here about the 10th house, okay? The house of your status, and your reputation. Let's say you work with somebody, or you're not happy with your status, or you're dealing with people who are always very demanding from you, you're underpaid at your work, okay? So you're trying to, to improve your status, to be, you want it to be elevated. You want your status to be elevated in the community or at work or whatever. Okay. So you're going to be looking, or you're starting a new endeavor this is going to be aligned with your personal well, what makes you happy, what motivates you, what fulfills your wishes. All right. And let me say it again, guys, don't listen to those who tells you, oh, don't burn bridges. That's BS, guys. Okay. Mars is severing ties. Mars is cutting cords. Okay, that's the purpose of Mars. And this is actually the very highlighted theme of the new moon. Okay, the most important theme of this new moon is to sever ties with who longer, to cut, to, to burn the bridges with those who are no longer serving you, who are using you and abusing you, who are taking advantage of you. Okay, this is what Mars does, severing ties, let go. Okay. You're not fulfilling my wishes. You're not elevating my status. You're not doing anything good for me. So goodbye. Bye-bye. Okay? I'm cutting ties. I'm severing ties. All right? So beginning new endeavors aligned with your personal well. Initiating, the other thing is also is initiating personal directions, setting intentions for action and leadership. Because that's what Mars, especially with Saturn here, leadership is very highlighted. Okay? Is very emphasized, acting from instinct and inner truth rather than external permission. All right. So for the new moon in Aries, intentions work best when they are simple, brave, and action-oriented. Remember that traditionally, this is not the time to over-engineer goals. You have to be simple. You have to be brave. And you have to, take action. So it's not about over-engineering of goals. It's time to ignite momentum. Take action instantly. Now I'll give you some intention themes that you might need to follow and adapt during this lunation. You need to begin something new, okay? Aries governs first steps. Intentions aligned with this new moon focus on starting, not mastering. Starting, not mastering, not control, all right? For example, I will begin this project that I've been postponing for a while. I'll start working on it, all right? I will allow myself to start before I feel fully ready. I take the first step toward what excites me. These are just examples of starting something new, beginning something new. All right. Now, the other highlighted theme here of this lunation, courage and self-trust. Aries, generally speaking, the energy of Aries supports acting from instinct. Acting from instinct. Remember, Aries energy is taking a leap of faith. Aries energy of believing and trusting in the divine. All right. So acting from instinct rather than waiting for certainty or approval. For example, and guys, the examples I'm giving you, it's kind of affirmations. Okay. And these, once again, the themes that you feel around this time. I trust my instinct and act on them. I trust on my instincts and act on them. I trust, I believe, I have faith. Take leap of faith. I choose courage over hesitation. You don't need to think twice. You're just going to do it. Action-oriented, initiation. I move forward even when fear is present. Remember, it's all about leap of faith. Now, the other theme that we all feel on either on a personal or on the collective level, reclaiming personal agency, being authentic, being organic. And this is a very powerful time to set intentions around autonomy, boundaries, and self-direction. So For example, I take full accountability and responsibility of my intentions or direction. I choose actions that align with who I am becoming, okay? Not with who your parent or your boss wants you to be. That's what autonomy is, all right? I stop waiting for permission to live authentically. I don't need permission from anyone. I am who I am. You take me the way I am, all right? The other theme is energy, vitality, and motivation. Remember, Mars is, or the energy of Mars is self-motivated, all right? Is also very energetic. And Aries rules life force and momentum. Intentions can focus on strengthening your capacity to act. For example, I renew my energy and motivation. I commit to habits that support my vitality. All right? I move my body and my life forward. That's why with the energy of Mars in Aries, it's very important to embrace your energy, your vitality, even by working out, exercising. If it's not physical activity, it's mental activity. Remember, in esoteric astrology, Aries is also ruled by Mercury. So you take some mental, intellectual activities. All right? The other thing is taking initiative instead of waiting. You don't wait despite this rock bottom or hitting rock bottom, despite this wall, Saturn. Remember, a couple of days after, and actually the energy is felt, guys, okay? I don't believe, and don't you ever believe, and somebody tells you, oh, something going to happen when the energy is exact or when the degrees the aspect is exact. No, that's BS. The energy felt at least 10 days prior, especially if you're cardinal sign, or especially if you are, either Scorpio, Mercury, Aquarius, or Virgo, or one of the cardinal signs, okay? You felt the energy at least 10 days ahead of this aspect, of this new moon, of the conjunction between Mars and Saturn, of the sextile between these planets and Pluto, okay? So take an initiative instead of waiting. Aries doesn't wait for ideal conditions. And intentions here favor leadership and initiative. Yeah, you would have taken the initiative already. Example, I initiate conversations I've been avoiding, all right? I lead where I feel called, even imperfectly. You don't need to be perfect. You're not Virgo here, all right? I'll just do what I feel I'm guided to do. I choose action over delay.
I do see that there's a new person is entering in your life. I do see new energies coming into your life. There will be a new person is entering your life. Okay? This is a divine counterpart. Now, I know you see in the video, in the depiction of the card here, it says divine masculine, but it could be a divine feminine. My reading is not gender specific. So there's going to be a new person entering in your life. This person is going to be of a different background, different ethnicity, different color, different belief system. Okay? You've been praying for this person to come into your life and is entering in your life. You've dealt with people around you who backstabbed you, who cheated on you, who betrayed you, okay? Who were talking trash about you. But I do see that those people are leaving your life. People who were manipulative, okay? Gaslit you, took advantage of you, play mind games with you. You're letting go of those energies because there's a new energy entering in your life. You need to, as I said, compromise, and you need to accept the others, even if they are different from you. This is not the type of person who's newly entering into your life. This is not probably even the type of person you've expected. Okay? This is totally different. For some of you, I do feel that you've been trapped with this person. Okay? You felt like there's no way for you that this energy or this person, these toxic people around you, or it could be even a work environment, Okay, it could be, you know, a neighborhood. You felt like you're trapped. You're in a trap. You're in a hole. There's going to be no help. Okay, you felt like you felt like hopeless, and that's why the divine intervened. By we all experience that, is to have faith and belief and trust. And it's not always on you to do the work and you know, plan and spend all night up thinking and worrying, because that's the Virgo energy. You have to let go and let God do what he needs to do. You are going to be relieved. You are going to be freed from this trap. Okay? You are going to be liberated. Just let the divine do their job. Let God do his job. Okay? You are going to be safe. For some of you, you've dealt with a person who's very obsessed, or it could be that's your energy. You being obsessed by somebody or obsessing over somebody. Okay? You feel like, oh my God, I can't live without that person. But you have to understand, the more you help that person, the more you think of them, the more you give them your energy, you're actually enabling their bad behavior. You're enabling their toxicity into your life. You're enabling them to take advantage of you and use you. You have to let go of those people, because you're literally, or it could be them, effed up over you. Okay? They think that they can't do anything without you. They can't even walk. They can't even provide for themselves. And the more you give them, the more you're enabling them. So you have to let them go. You have to let them figure out themselves on their own. The more they're relying on you, the more they're not going to be able to be independent and be reliable, because they have you in their circle and they are relying on your energy, on you. It's like the vampire energy. Okay, it's like they're sucking your blood out of like your veins, if you know what I mean. Okay, it's literally the vampire energy. They can't live, the Dracula, they can't live without you. And you, by giving them constantly, you're enabling them. So you have to let them go. Okay, you have to. And that's why they are obsessed, because they don't know how to deal with their situation without you. What I said at the very beginning, there are going to be shocking news coming to the surface. And I'm telling you, it's going to be about a woman, or you are the one who's going to expose that shocking information, and you are a feminine energy that you're going to expose somebody, or you're going to hear or get shocking information. It could be coming to you through text, through social media, through a phone call, and so on and so forth. Okay? But I do see it that's going to be a virtual delivery of this information. This news could be about that person, or that community, or that neighborhood, or that partner, or that situation that you're leaving behind. Okay? And you are going to be illuminated. You are going to be liberated. You are going to be freed from that energy. Whatever the information is coming to you, even though it's shocking, it's surprising, it's liberating. Because that's the energy of Venus squares Uranus. Whatever Uranus does, it's to liberate you, to free you from whatever that's no longer serving you. Okay? And as I said, the Uranus energy is very similar to the eclipse. Okay? It's the energy of awakening, being liberated, being freed. Okay? It's the energy of something that's going to come to the surface, a truth, a reality, as something going to be revealed. That's going to bring liberty, bring freedom. Okay? it's going to wake you up from the illusion and the delusion, okay? And I'm so sorry. I said, you could be hearing about a person who's going to leave this dimension, okay? Who's going to be crossing over. It could be a news of somebody's leaving your life for good. And here's another confirmation. You got the funeral. For some of you, yes. It could be also the news of someone who is in a government or a government figure, an authority, okay, who's going to be executed. Could be a woman. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Could be in your family, could be someone famous, well known, which is going to be shocking. Okay, the news is going to be shocking, either on, as I said, on a personal level or for the collective. Okay, so, and I've just mentioned that at the very beginning. Once again, whatever leaves your life, whatever it is, either energy, habit, people, situation, job, source of income, whatever it is, it's to liberate you, to free you, for something new to enter into your life. You've probably been praying for too long for this to happen, okay? Now, as I said, this reading is very long. So have faith and be patient and trust. All right? And there you go. You got the square. It's a challenge. And we do have Venus squares Uranus. We do also have Mars squares Pluto. And we got funeral. Okay? We got you being trapped. You've been deceived and backstabbed. Okay? You feel that you're fucked over, or somebody's obsessed about you, over you, or you have obsession about somebody else. Could be even to money. Okay? Could be to some sort of addiction. But you are going to be liberated. You are going to be receiving news that's shocking. Okay? That's going to illuminate you, wake you up. Okay? Free you from whatever this trap. All right? And you got the square. All right? And you've seen me when I shuffled the card, I put them down, I didn't look at them. I've given you my prediction from the very beginning when I was telling you about the energies of the solar eclipse in Virgo. And here you go. The cards are just confirming what I've started my reading. Okay? Challenge. There is going to be a challenge. I just can't make it up, guys. And there you go. You got Uranus. Awaken. First thing I talk about is Uranus. Please go back and listen to my video from the beginning. Didn't I talk about Uranus square Venus? Didn't I talk about Uranus opposing Mars? I've been talking about Uranus for a while. Okay? And there you go. Awaken. Like, I got so many cards confirming the very first message I said. At the end of the reading, I'm going to read from the booklet because these cards, they come with affirmations and confirmations. So I'm going to read it at the end. But for now, I'm just showing you the cards confirming my messages, confirming my predictions. Okay? So first we got square Uranus, and this week in particular, we have Venus coming into square with Uranus. All right? And we have Mars also coming into square with Pluto. And we got the South Node. And where is the full moon, the new moon solar eclipse is happening? Where the South Node is in Virgo. It's not in conjunction with the South Node, but the South Node is in Virgo. It's a stagnation. It's being obsessed and fixated on past negative energies that needs to leave your life. You are going to be liberated. You are going to be freed from that energy, whether you like it or not. All right? You have to let go and let God. All right? You have to have faith. And you got the South Node. Like, I can't make it up, guys. I just can't. Stagnation. Status quo. Not able to move. Because you're trapped. You're trapped in your thoughts, in your negativity, in your addictions, in your bad habits, in your, staying with toxic people around you, in that toxic community, in that toxic neighborhood, in that toxic work environment. You feel you're trapped. You think you can't do anything without those energies. You can't do anything without those people around you. You think you can't move on. You think you're not going to be able to get better job or better position, even if it's less paid, but healthy environment. Okay? Healthy people around you, like-minded people. You're stagnant. Okay? Wow. I just can't make it up, guys. Everything, all these cards are just confirming my messages. And what did I say, guys? Did I say Uranus at 1 degree in Gemini? Even watch my previous video. It's going to affect mutable signs. Okay? It's going to shock your grounds because it's built on shaky foundation. And there you go. You got mutable, refine. Okay? You need to be adaptable. You need to accept the change. You need to compromise. You need to work with others. You need to let go of this, the energy of the South Node, the energy of this is my way or the highway. That's what I have. You either accept it or not. It's going to happen. No, you need to be able to adapt, flexible, mutable. Okay? Allow the change to come in. Welcome the change. However, I'm still telling you it's going to affect mutable and fixed signs. This square between Venus and Uranus. Okay? Mutable, Venus is in Virgo, mutable sign. Uranus is in Gemini, mutable sign. But both of them are going to affect late degrees fixed signs as well. So late degrees Leo, late degrees, and in fact, okay, late degrees and early degrees, because we have Mars entering into Scorpio and squaring Pluto. Pluto's at 1 degree Aquarius. So it's going to affect late and early degrees. So from one side, it's going to affect early degrees mutable signs and late degrees fixed signs. And it's going to affect also, which is the square between Mars and Pluto, it's going to affect early degrees fixed signs. All right? And you got Lilith. as we speak now, we have Lilith in Scorpio, true Lilith, at 21 degree and 19 minutes. Okay? Empowerment. So, Scorpio, if you don't let go of whoever or whatever toxic in your life, it's going to be removed from your life, whether you like it or not. So you need to let go of obsession. You need to let go of stubbornness and being fixated on your way. Because I have strong feeling from what I've laid down so far is the energy I'm reading is really Scorpio, Virgo, Aries, Gemini, Taurus, Pisces. Yeah, pretty much all mutable signs and fixed signs. But I see Aries as well in the mix. Okay? So, for now, I'm gonna leave these quantum oracle till the end, and I'm gonna start laying down my tarot cards, and I'm gonna leave these oracle to read them at the end. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave some room here. Okay, and let's start doing some tarot reading, and then I'm gonna read these oracle cards. All right, so okay, let me use the, because I love this deck, the runic tarot cards from the runic deck, and I will clarify. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. So what my viewers need to see, what my viewers need to know. Show me what my viewers need to know. Show me what my viewers need. No. Okay, so these cards just flipped out. Okay, I'm gonna try. So as you see, we got the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit, and this speaks of stagnation. All right, yeah, for some of you, you really, literally feel trapped in a situation. Okay, so, and I saw this card as well. This is the Moon. I'm pretty sure it was the Moon. Yeah. Two. Ooh. So I'm gonna try. Not to look at the cards, because I really don't want to know what the cards are until I put them down. All of them. I mean, I lay them down. And as I said, I'm going to clarify. And because I saw some of the cards, I'm going to try to pull more cards. Okay. So this is your energy and what's crossing you or opposing you or challenging you. Okay? Or, yeah, technically what's challenging you, what's in your way. This is the past, this is the future, this is the present, this is in your foundation. Okay? And here is your feet, yourself. Okay? What's in your yourself and your environment, because I did not pull so many cards. Here's your hopes and fears, and this is the outcome. Okay? So this is you and the environment. Okay? And this is in your hopes and fears, and this is the outcome. So 3 cards for the outcome, and as I said, I'm going to pull more cards. So your energy is 5 of Pentacles, the energy of lack, the energy of scarcity, the energy of lack. You're lacking something. It's either financial, it's either emotional, it's either, or it could be also both. Okay? So the scarcity mindset, the energy of I don't have, and what I'm going through is not fair. You're not seeing that there is a person coming in the back here, coming to help you, to support you, to give you a hand. You're here leaning on this tree, wounded, stabbed, backstabbed, could be, betrayed, left out in the cold alone, okay? And you're just reminiscing on all these corpses or dead bodies around you. And you're thinking that you're going to die very soon as well. You're going to be killed. You're going to be murdered. Your life is ending. But there's a person coming from afar here is going to come and help you. And here, you got the hermit energy as well. You're alone. You feel alone. You feel isolated. You feel like there's no one around you to help you. But you're trying to reach out to the divine. You're trying to find the truth. You're praying, because the hermit is the energy of a person who prays, who's connected to the divine, who's connected to higher self, who's connected to the spiritual realm to find the truth. Okay? But you still feel isolated because you're doing soul searching right now. Okay? In the past, you've had the moon. Once again, soul searching, praying, reaching out to the divine, fighting with your shadow self, or trying to heal your shadow self. Yeah, even fighting the shadow self, the dark self of yours, yourself. That negative energy, the energy of scarcity, the energy of you can't do it, your failure, you're less than everybody else, you're inferior. That's the negative energy, your own energy, yourself, the negative self-talk. Okay? You're fighting it. In the past, this is in the past position. Another major arcana. What's coming up in the future? The High Priestess. For some reason, I thought it's the Queen of Cups, because I saw a card flipping out, but it's a High Priestess. And when you see the Hermit and the High Priestess here, and the Moon, because the High Priestess is literally mirroring the Moon. Okay? And what was crossing you is the Hermit. You're thinking that being isolated, or being in isolation, being alone, is negative, is bad. But in reality, it's so that you are being illuminated, so that you're getting closer to the divine, connect with the higher power, with the higher source, and you are getting messages that things going to change. For some of you, I do see that there are secrets that's going to be revealed. You're probably working on something without letting others know what you're doing. Because I do. And as I said, when I read these oracle cards, I mentioned that there's something heading that it's going to be shocking. It's going to be revealed. So probably you are working on something, okay? And nobody's aware of it. Nobody knows what's going to happen. because you're working behind the scenes on something, growing yourself, growing spiritually. Okay? You need to have faith. That's what's coming in the future. Having faith, trust in the divine. Working on yourself without revealing everything to others. Take time off from the outside, from the noise outside you. Okay? Because you need to get closer to the divine. You need to have that faith and believe. Like these three major arcana, the moon, the hermit, and the high priestess, is an infinite emphasis on trust. Have faith. Believe. Get closer to the divine. Believe that things are going to change. What's in your foundation here? Four of Wands. For some of you, I'm reading for move. There's a move coming up to a new home, new house, or a purchase of a new house. Or some of you just got married, or you are entering into a committed relationship in the very near future. Okay? So it's either already happened in the recent past, or it's going to happen in the very near future. Whatever I mentioned. Either buying a house, buying a land, moving to a new home, not necessarily purchase. It could be moving from one neighborhood to another, moving to another home. It could be even lease, okay? So it's either happened already or you are in a process to do this. And for others, it's marriage. It's a committed relationship. Once again, it's either already happened or it's going to happen in the very near future, okay? This is commitment. Either commitment in a relationship or commitment in a lease, a purchase, okay? Any kind of purchase. Could be even a car. It could be even, I see it more of a home, of a shelter, of a place where you're going to live. Could be a land. It doesn't have to be a house. Could be a land, okay? Whatever this something new that you're going to enter or you have already entered into this, it's going to flourish. That's what I feel. It's going to flourish. And it's going to be blessed by the divine. Or it is already, it's a blessing from the divine if it's already happened. Because it's going to, you are, if it's already happened or if it's going to happen in the very near future, it's a new cycle you've entered, a new karmic cycle, okay? It doesn't have to be a negative karmic cycle. I actually feel it's going to be a blessing from the divine that's going to be relieve you from toxic people who were dragging you, or you were trapped with those people, community, whatever, neighborhood. Okay, it could be even a new contract you're entering related to a business partnership. All right, so just so that you know, whatever, once again, it's going to be blessed, it's going to be prosperous, it's going to be celebrated. Okay, if it's not already happened in the very recent past, it's happening in the very recent future. What's oh my god, I can't even. So this is your foundation, what's crowning you, or this is you in the present moment. You're a Queen of Swords, and there you go. So this is what's crowning you, or what's your energy in the present, at the present time. You're cutting out whatever that's no longer serving you. This is, it's a Libra energy, the Queen of Swords, but I also see Mars energy. Because Mars, whatever it touches is cutting it out, it's severing ties. Okay? And Libra is detached, no matter what. And Libra also is the energy of justice. And the Queen of Swords is justice. She doesn't know how to sugarcoat whatever. Her energies or her feelings or her relationship with others. She just say it the way it is. Being detached. Okay? You're cutting ties with people who are no longer serving you. You're cutting ties, or you're severing ties with energies, with habits, with bad habits, addictions, a relationship. You have the expertise and the knowledge by now that you know what you need to do. Okay? Venus squares Uranus. This is the energy of the Queen of Swords. Venus squares Uranus. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with the BS. I'm not going to let those people affect me or impact my life anymore. I'm not going to let them manipulate me. I'm not going to let them gaslight me. I'm not going to let them undermine me. I'm going to move on to what makes me happy. Because I have the higher knowing. I got the messages from the divine. I'm connected to God. I love these two energies, Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. This is the energy of higher knowing. This is the energy of, I know what I need to do now. And I'm going to do it silently. I'm not going to speak out about it. I'm not going to reveal it. I'm just going to do what I need to do to bring prosperity and happiness into my life. I'm not even going to argue. I'm just going to sever ties, cut ties with that energy, that negative energy, that ego, that whatever, those people who've been sending me their negative energy, their toxicity. All right? Because I know what I need to do right now. And I've already made up my mind. Okay? These two energies, I've already made up my mind. That's it. I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to open the door to those past karmic energies, situations, people, whatever. I'm going to let them go. And I'm going to move on to my future, to what makes me happy. See, it's funny. If you look at the Queen of Swords, she's facing this energy. The energy of the moon, the energy of I'm not saying the moon is negative, no. Energy of negativity, the energy of negative self-talk, the energy of being egotistical, the energy of toxic people around me who they're sending me, who are because remember, these demonic energies are coming to us from lower vibrational frequency people. Look, she's facing that energy. She's cutting it out. While the High Priestess, I'm moving forward. See, she's facing that direction. The future. I'm moving forward. I'm cutting ties with this negative energy so I can move forward. Okay? To what makes me happy. What's around you in your environment? Queen of Cups. And this could be even you. For some of you, I'm reading for either a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Queen of Cups, mostly Cancer, but could be any water sign. Or that's the energy you exude. Could be, you have Cancer, your moon, could be your rising, it could be or Scorpio or Pisces. Or it could be your North Node, or you have stellium in Cancer, okay? So this is what's around you. And in your environment, it could be your own energy. You're full of love and passion and care and nurture. But you're moving on. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, I've given them love. I took care of them. Look, the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, both of them facing that energy, the past. I've given it all. I did everything to my ability to help them, to serve them, to take care of them, to work for them. But now I'm moving on. I'm leaving it all behind. I'm cutting ties with those energies because I gave it all, but I'm not getting anything in return. What's in your hopes and fears? Jeez, the devil. Hopes and fears is the devil. Wow. Another major arcana. So how many major arcana so far? You got the Moon, the Hermit, the High Priestess, and the Devil. 4 major arcana so far. You're fearful of obsession, possession, being possessive, fearful of that energy that reappears in your life. And you're hoping that you don't have to deal with this energy anymore. You probably got into a new relationship and you feel that, or you're thinking that you can't live without that person anymore. Or something is going to happen to you if that person leaves your life. This is being possessive. This is obsession. Okay? You're obsessed by something or someone, or that person is obsessed over you. Okay? And you are fearful that you're going to deal with this energy again. And you're hoping and you're wishing that you don't deal with it anymore. That's how I feel that what's going on in your subconscious. I feel it. I feel it, and it's very strong. You don't want to deal with that energy anymore. You want to move on. You don't want that energy in your environment anymore. Because remember, this is just came on top of the environment. Or maybe you were obsessed over this Queen of Cups. This could be your mom, or could be your, I don't know, your partner, the new partner who's entering in your life. Or it could be your mother. Okay? You want to be independent. You don't want to be obsessed over this person anymore. So what's in the outcome here? And quite frankly, guys, the reading is very clear. Okay? I do feel, I'm probably going to clarify some cards, but the energy is very clear. Okay? Wow. You got the 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Pentacles. 2 aces in the outcome. 2 aces and 6 of Pentacles. So help is coming. Help is in its way. And it's going to be in a form of financial support. Because you got the divine is giving you this opportunity. Okay? And this is, with the Ace of Swords, this is the energy of victory, of success. And you got the Queen of Swords here. So the energy of cutting ties with what no longer serving you, because you got the sword from the divine. You got the ability and the capability of cutting ties of those negative energies. Okay? And you are being victorious. You succeeded in your, in your battle. Okay? In your war with those negative people, toxic people. You are successful. You succeeded. Okay? The truth was revealed and justice came, justice, prevailed, right? Because that's the energy of the Ace of Swords. Because the swords was given to you from the divine, from God. It was handed to you from the divine. It was given to you so you can be successful. So you are capable of cutting ties with those negative people, negative energies, negative addictions, bad habits, whatever. All right? So you're victorious, and there's going to be new energy entering into your life. Okay? The energy of support. Support's coming your way. I do see it's a financial support. And I do see it's a collaboration with other people who's going to be like-minded people, new soul tribe. Okay? People who are going to be supporting you by providing you with information that you need in order to succeed and in order to prosper financially. So I'm going to say it again. Whatever support is coming to you is from like-minded people, people who are going to give you the information, a solid information, because that's the Pentacle energy. The Pentacles energy doesn't have to be always financial, but it leads to prosperity. It leads to abundance. It leads to independence, being reliable, being able to rely on your own, being responsible. and build whatever you're building. It's going to be built on solid foundation. That's the energy of these people who are going to support you, who's going to help you, who's going to teach you, who's going to train you. Could be joining new groups, as I said, because this is group. It's six of pentacles. It could be the energy of give and take, collaboration, okay? Cooperation. It's also the energy of signing a contract. That's going to bring prosperity and abundance your way. These people going to train you, going to help you, going to support you on all levels. All levels. Not only financial, emotional, coaching, training, you name it. Training on new program, new applications, people who are collaborating with you. Could be new training program that you are going to launch on social media, okay? This is happening. This is happening, okay? It is going to happen. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be sarcastic. I'm just laughing because I am confident that this is happening. It is going to happen. Okay, so I was trying to really, you got so many cards just jumped out. I don't know even what these cards. I'm trying to, clarify the devil, to get more information about the devil and the Five of Pentacles. So there are so many, oh my God, you got the Page of Earth, you got the Queen of Earth, once again, Pentacles, and the devil, also you got the Eagle, which is technically the devil, which is technically obsession, and you got the Ten of Air, which is ending, okay? You got the Eight of Water, which is leaving what's no longer serving you, what's no emotionally fulfilling for you. You got the Knight of Water, which is very similar to the energy of Page of Earth. You got the Two of Earth, and you got the Tower. So there is something ending in your life. It's going to be shocking. As I mentioned, the Tower is the energy of Mars and Uranus, okay? Whatever that's going to be leaving your life, and it's going to be disruptive, shocking, unpredictable. It's going to happen because you reach the Ten of Air, the energy of Ten of Swords, the energy of that's it, I'm done with that. Sorry, it's this one. This is the Ten of Air. This is Eight of Cups, Eight of Water. I need to move on. I need to leave that. That's it. 10 swords are, you're being stabbed by 10, like, that's it. 10 reduced to 1. There's nothing worse than this. You reach the peak of, technically, of the pain. There's nothing worse than what you've been through. This is the maximum. Once you reach this Ten of Air, you're gonna leave. Look, it's like your soul is leaving that what's no longer that was serving you, because you're moving towards the angel. The new beginning. You're welcoming the future. Okay? This angel is saving you. It's liberating you from these swords that you are stabbed with. Because there's nothing worse than that. That's it. You're done with that. For some of you, it's addiction. For others, it's people or situations. Okay? Because you're moving towards something new that's going to be built on solid foundation. You've been waiting for this. It's very slow coming, but it's coming. It's slow. It's coming to you slowly. The news are coming your way. For some of you, you're getting something in the mail or email, or it could be even a phone call. You've been waiting for it. You've been waiting for it. I don't see it that's going to take too long. I see it coming this week with the new moon, with the solar eclipse. It's coming. Support is coming. Help is coming. All right? You've been confused. You've been questioning yourself. Why I have been through all of this? Why? Okay? What did I do? Where should I go? What do I need to do? The guidance and the help is coming. The Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. They're all coming your way. It's all Pentacles. And in the outcome, you got Six of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. So even if you've been deprived, lacking the financial resources, lacking the help, for some of you, it's a job. You were not employed for a while, or, you were not able to pay your bills. The help is coming. It's coming. You got Six of Pentacles, you got the Ace of Swords, you got the Ace of Pentacles, and you also got the Page and the Knight and the Queen of Pentacles. This is all money coming your way, and more cards just came. Like, am I supposed to take them all? Okay, I'll take them. There's so many though. Okay, I didn't even look at them. I'm just gonna take a few of them, okay? And there, you got the Wise Counselor. This is a contract. You're signing a contract. There's going to be new agreements coming. Okay? The World. Oh my God, guys. You're gonna love what's coming. The World. For some of you, that involves travel, relocation, as I said, or closing a cycle. You got the Six of Fire. Six of Fire, which is Six of Wands, which is victory, success. Okay? So whatever you're signing, whatever you're moving towards, the relocation, whatever is going to bring success and victory your way. And look, you got the Ten of Fire, Ten of Wands, and you got the Ace of Pentacles. So you got an Ace of Pentacles twice. Okay? Ace of Pentacles twice. Now, whatever you're getting into, it will involve that you're going to utilize your experience, your knowledge, okay? And there are going to be lots of work required from you, okay? And as I said, it's going to bring prosperity, abundance, and blessings. Guys, you got lots of pentacles in this readings. Lots, literally. Okay? So, financial help, support, financial resources, it's gonna be coming your way. All right? New contract. For some of you, it's a contract with an entity that provides service. Okay? Could be a hospital, could be a large corporation, a large company, could be a contract with the government entity, government agency. For others, it's a educational institution. Okay? Whatever's happening, it happened after you are relocated. You changed your neighborhood. Yeah. I do see everything is happening after you are relocated. You change your neighborhood. You moved out from it could be certain situation, but I do see that this reading is resonating with people who actually moved. Either new city, new province, new state, new country. Okay? Yeah. It's with the new people. Yeah. There's a newness. There's a new people entering in your life. Okay, let's get into the oracle, the quantum oracle reading, and there you go. You got increase. Increase in abundance, increase in prosperity. Look, tree, you see a land, okay? I love it how all these, gemstones are surrounding this beautiful farm or land. Green, like huge land. Okay, so this speaks of prosperity, abundance coming your way. Cycle ending and entering into a new cycle. And you got the world as well. Right? Another major arcana. Increase. There's increase. Increase in financial resources. Increase in prosperity. Increase in, I don't know how else I can say it. Prosperity, abundance. Planning and action. Planning and action. You've taken action, you moved. You let go of what's no longer serving you, of the past karmic situation or people. And that's why you're getting that increase. Teacher. And you got the wise counselor. And the high priestess. And the hermit. Remember at the very beginning of the reading? This is all indicative of you're learning something new. For some of you, I do see that you're going to pursue higher education, or you're joining a new educational institution, or you're learning something new. It could be new software, new application when you join this new corporation or company or whatever. Okay? These oracle cards are all underneath. Great achievement. Like it can be, and guys, all these cards I didn't even see. I'm flipping them up now while I'm giving you my prediction, and they're all confirming my very first message. Great achievement. Increase, abundance, prosperity. That's all your efforts. Okay? Your efforts. Nobody have done this to you. It's yours. Family. So there is increase in family. There could be a new child is being born. Okay? There's expansion in your family sphere. Look, new baby born. See here? For some of you, yes, there's a new baby's going to be born very soon, if it's not already. So your family is expanding, growing, getting bigger and bigger. New people joining your family. For some of you, you're literally 3 people in your family. Now the 4th is coming in the way. The 4th one is coming. That's really beautiful. Because you've been stagnant for a while. You've been stagnant for a while, status quo. Remember stagnation at the very beginning? One of the oracle cards I got, it was about stagnation and the South Node. That's what the South Node is, stagnation. Okay? No change, but the change is coming. Family is growing, increase in abundance and prosperity. What a great achievement, because you've been planning and working on it for a while. And you got the loving man. The loving man. New persons entering your life. Remember, look what you got. Divine masculine. First card I got for you is divine masculine. And there you go. Another confirmation. New person entering your life. The loving man. Person who's going to love you, take care of you, nurture you, empowers you, support you on all levels. So don't reminisce or, hold on tight to the status quo, to the old energy. Because change is coming and it's going to be more beautiful than what you've been through or the experience you've had before. Because that's it. You reached the peak. 10 of Swords. Remember, you got the 10 of Swords here? sorrow and pain and being backstabbed and betrayed, and you're leaving it because there's something new. See, she's leaving everything that's no longer serving her emotionally, okay, and going towards the newness. This angel is guiding her in towards her future, her new path or her life path. But she has to leave what's no longer serving her. All these spilled, whatever, cups. She wasn't fulfilled. She's been stabbed, betrayed. Because there's something new. There's whatever new that you're going to enter, it requires learning something new. You're probably going to be learning about this new energy that's entering in your life. This loving man. Who's going to be supportive, who's going to teach you, who's going to train you, who's going to change your perspective on life. This person is going to be very supportive and is going to help you. What else? I don't know. I don't know. Let's get Lover's Oracle card to close this reading. And there you got this card. Secret Admirer. Secret Admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. A secret admirer. Someone has a deep feelings for you, but they can't let it out. They don't want to speak about it. And you got the High Priestess here, remember? In your future, you got the High Priestess. This is someone who admires you, a secret admirer, who's keeping tabs on you, who's watching you. You don't know who that person is entering, is going to reveal themselves now. Okay? They don't want to tell you about it, but I feel now they're going to tell you. Let's get one more card. There are so many. Okay, I'm not going to read them all, but there, you got Manifesting Miracles. This one flipped out. Manifesting Miracles. And look at the tree, like this blossoming tree. Huge, big tree. You see love, hope, unity. Lots of fruits. It's blossoming. It's growing, manifesting miracles. These are all miracles. You are manifesting these. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Trust your heart. Trust your heart. Trust that you have to have faith and trust. Trust the divine. Trust God. Trust your heart. You're being guided. All right? You are manifesting miracles.